Welcome. So today I'll be presenting to you two trend packages in which I believe will suit your boutique hotel. So the two design packages is zoning and biophilia. The way I came to the conclusion on these is after conducting my research I came across the current zeitgeist being the global pandemic. So therefore this will help relate and correspond these trends to your boutique. I'll go into more depth about the zeitgeist as we go through the presentation. So, the first one being zoning. So, the way in which I want to present this package is in a bohemian style, so that will be the use of a lot of neutral colours and natural materials such as wood and recycled glass. And also the key concept is the physical and mental well-being of all of your guests. Everything in these designs also needs to be easily cleaned as well. So here's a summary page of just some images in which inspired my design. So you've got some which are combined with the biophilia trend and some which are a lot more architectural designs. But you want to create an intimate and cosy feel for your guests, but also creating privacy for them as well, but allowing the social distancing aspect to come through. Here's a short statement where I discuss the global pandemic a bit more. So it needs to be a safe public space for everyone, creating protective barriers to put your guests at peace of mind. So it will reduce the spread of COVID, but also by socially distancing everyone, but also allows creativity using the partitions as well, because they need to be aesthetically pleasing, so practical and nice to look at. Here's some annotated images. The one on the left here is the use of some wooden panels, which is a very architectural design, whereas the one on the right is combined with the biophilia design, so that will make everyone feel a bit more relaxed and help their well-being. Here are some more images. The one on the left shows how you can create partitions using furniture such as booth seating, whereas the one on the right is a different form and you can present the wooden panels. You could also put acrylic over the top, which is easy to clean, or even with the booth seating you can put acrylic up behind, so it also saves floor space as well, combining the furniture with the partitions. Here's a bubble diagram of your space. So the key features for this is the staff accessibility, the visual accessibility, for the customers, making sure you can keep an eye on everyone in all areas, especially at the bar area. Also creating different zones for everything that you wanted, such as your cocktail classes, entertainment of the stage, and afternoon tea. And here's a traffic flow of that bubble diagram, showing that there should be a smooth traffic flow for your customers and staff. Even when all the seats are pulled out, there is still a clear walkway. Here are a few partitions which you could use, one which is just purely acrylic or PVC, one which is combined with the acrylic with some wooden panels, kind of creating a window effect, allowing that visual contact between your guests, and one which is a lot more just kind of the wooden slats going down, which can also have the acrylic on top. Also all easily to clean as well, which is very important with COVID. Here is one of the design elements will be in the colour concept which I want to go for. So keeping it very light and airy, keeping it in the bohemian style, very minimalistic, and also it's very relaxing being around neutral colours as well. Here are some materials which I'd like to incorporate, a lot of textures, natural textures, such as the wooden flooring, bricks and wicker, also in very neutral colours as well. Here are some furniture pieces, some which are high-resin furniture which can be used as partitions themselves, easy to clean surfaces such as the tables, but also keeping the warmth textures and colours in with the bohemian style such as the wicker lighting which I've got in this image here. Here's a concept board, just kind of so you can get the visual idea of what I'm trying to present to you, keeping that visual touch between customers but socially distanced, keeping the warm textures and colours very clean and sanitisable, but also keeping a light and airy space as well. Here's a concept sketch in which I've done. The one on the left shows the wooden panels, different ways in which you could lay them out and present them. The one on the right being a much more artistic and creative way. Here's another concept sketch of the bar area, so you can put the partition wall on the bar to save floor space, allowing a bit more of a closer seating area, making most of your space. And here's an essay in which I just kind of went into a bit more depth of everything we've just discussed about the global pandemic, the Bohemian style. Keeping that visual touch is very key with allowing social distancing but keeping the atmosphere. For my second trend being biophilia. So here I just discussed about keeping people feeling safe, both mentally and physically, allowing the social distancing, but also knowing that people's minds are at rest, knowing that they're socially distanced. With everyone being locked in during COVID, everyone's only sense of freedom has been when they go on their daily walks or hour of exercise each day. So therefore people's therapy and safe haven has been with nature. So therefore bringing that indoors is key for this, because I see that it will help people going back to normality. Here's my summary page with some images and ways in which kind of influenced my design. Some which are very minimal amounts of biophilia and some which are the main focus, such as this one in the middle. So you can present biophilia in various different ways, such as industrial or very modern. It can be very luxurious as well, but also creating a very homely environment and cosy. So in this short statement, I'll just discuss a bit more about the global pandemic. So plants themselves can help you for respiratory reasons, as they can purify the air, but also mentally as well, they can help you relax and calm when you're surrounded by them. Bringing the outdoors in is key with this concept. Here are some annotated images. The one on the left is a very minimal amount of biophilia, the one on the right being the main focal point of the design. So they've both been presented a different way, so the one on the right much more of an industrial package, whereas the one on the left is a much more modern design. Also with different colour palettes as well. Here are two more annotated images, the one on the left being a much more natural light with the plant being the main focal point. The one on the right is the use of artificial lighting with the neon light and a very minimal amount of biophilia. Here's the bubble diagram of the space, so the bar will be in the centre for this design, and the key point is the staff accessibility, to have visual contact on all customers at all points of the bar, and also to have all different zones as well, like I said for the last trend. And the bubble diagram, yet again just showing good accessibility for both customers and staff. Here is a colour wheel just to kind of explain the whole colour concept for my trend. So the opposite colours are which you should pair together. So the pinks opposite the blues and greens are what go well together, which is why I chose it, because the contrast complement each other, these colours. So in this image you can see why I've chosen the blues, greens and pinks. So this one I've got in the wallpaper the blue, and in the furniture some of the pink with some of the greenery as well. Some furniture pieces in which I've chosen, bringing in different textures, different ways that you can present the plants as well, different form of lighting too. Here's a concept board just so you can kind of get more of a visual aspect of how I'd present the kind of way I want to present this trend, different colours and textures. Here's another concept board of different plants in which you can incorporate. These will purify the air, so great for respiratory reasons. Here's concept sketches which are done in a way that you can present the biophilia in a neon wall and a couple of pieces of furniture with the colours of choice. And here's another concept sketch of the bar zone with all the colours and biophilia surrounding it. And an essay just kind of going more into depth about everything we've just discussed. And these are two bar design ideas which you can use for both of the trend packages. Thank you for listening. If you've got any questions you'd like to ask.
How do you think you'll manage to make partition walls pleasing to look at whilst following the brief?
So the way I want to do this is obviously they need to be aesthetically pleasing but also being practical at the same time. So using the acrylic over different surfaces makes it easy to clean and practical, but you can, behind that you can use any material, pattern or anything you'd like to use. Any other questions?
Yeah, you said biophilia is currently on trend. Once you think that that's still going to be the case in years to come?
I think after looking at the Zeitgeist being a global pandemic, I think the connection everyone's had with nature recently, I think it's something that will stick around for a long while, just to help people mentally and physically. It will be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.